my privilege at this time to introduce our speaker from the graduating class, Ms. Arlee Barnes. She is originally from the Lancaster area. She's one of 4 children. She has a twin brother. She has an older sister that she also is very proud of, who is deployed and has gone to Iraq. She has a couple of goals in life. Her first goal is that of the dental field, which she is currently in. And at some point in time, she would like to maybe teach in the field of English. I commend and congratulate her on her high achievement and for the goals she has set in life. Ms. Arlee.
Good evening. Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. I hope that your drive here tonight was pleasant and aren't too upset that the snow we woke up to this morning was about 2 weeks late. When I was asked to give a speech tonight, I accepted quickly. Then the hard part presented itself. What in the world am I going to talk about? Public speaking was never quite my forte, but for those of you who know me well, I excel rather well in the writing department. But still, the question lingered on, and my boggled mind sat in front of my laptop until I finally asked for help from my mom, for I had way too many ideas running around in my mind. A decision was ultimately made, or else I'd be up here completely winging it and rambling on with nonsense that I probably think sounds really smart. I decided to focus on a few topics that most likely you as well have come to face and realize throughout our time here at KTI. For some of you, this evening will represent your first profession, and others maybe a couple more than that. 2 traits that we all have in common, though, is the ability to change and take a risk. Even if it was or wasn't by choice, all of you sitting here took a risk by making a phone call, enduring the drive to take a tour of the school, meeting the staff, signing the papers. All of these actions have led you to this day, our graduation day. The day that we can finally say that we succeeded and completed a task wholeheartedly from start to finish. Change can also occur in smaller ways that most people tend to ignore with a blind eye. Undoubtedly, the smallest of changes make and shape a person's identity. A select few of you might remember meeting me with long, curled, blonde hair with a side of pink to add something different to my hairstyle. And we can't forget about that huge orange cast. Can we, Mr. Snyder? Most of you, though, met me on the first day of school. I was totally rocking a short pixie cut because one day I got bored and my hairdresser just buzzed off my blonde locks. Throughout my time at KTI, I probably changed my hair, whether it be its color or cut, almost every 5 weeks or so. The change let me show my creative side, but also masked a deeper meaning. Those who attended school with me and were close to me outside of school know that sickness overwhelmed nearly my whole experience at KTI. I hope that by changing my external appearance would somehow deflect people from realizing the internal gears that kept locking up. My causes for motivation reaches out to those who stood by me and helped me get through the aches, the pains, stress, and everything in between. Even in my darkest hours, when I felt as though I couldn't finish school, you came to my rescue. And tonight, I'll ask you this one favor. If I say your name, or if you belong in a category that I mentioned, please stand up so that you can receive the recognition that you deserve after I'm finished with my speech. To my awesome family, including Scott, I thank you for being the best functional, dysfunctional family ever. I know it hasn't always been a smooth journey, but you have to admit we are closer because of it. That means stand up now, guys. To my mom, I thank you for giving me wings because I finally decided to fly. From the get-go, I promised you that I would kick butt in school. And tonight, I'm standing here proving to you and myself that I did just that. To my Army sister, Alyssa, although you cannot be here with us tonight, thank you for setting a great example. I know that it was quite a shock when we found out about you getting deployed on Thanksgiving. But when you started walking away yesterday morning at the airport, I don't think I've ever felt so proud of someone in my life. I love you, and I know that Sean is looking down at you from above. 399 more days until you come back home to be with the ones you love and that love you. Excuse me. To Mr. Snyder, for looking out for me, for honestly putting my best needs and challenging me to overcome the obstacles in my life. You taught me how to be a better person merely by leading by example. Because of you, I have no excuses. My actions are mine and mine alone. I stand up for myself and for what I believe in, but in a respectful and appropriate manner. And to my teachers, I thank you for teaching me to never settle for less than the best. The respect I now have for myself has most definitely blossomed because of you. And to Bob and Mitzi, I thank you for being the most genuine people I've ever met in my life. You are both, without a doubt, a part of my family. So I'll end my speech with this, and hopefully not only my fellow classmates, but also the adults in this room can find some words of encouragement from it. I can no longer wait for motivation to find me. It has taken me this long to realize that motivation is an effect, not a cause. It has taken me this long to realize that there are no pointers in the right direction, but only days to be seized and risks